Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us. We're tracking a cold southerly on the way for New Zealand, especially this Friday. We're also overseas, taking a look at Hurricane Michael as is expected to make landfall in Florida in the next couple of days. But let's kick off with the animated wind map for New Zealand, and you can see the cold southerly. It is arriving in the lower portion of the South Island with a significant temperature drop there. In fact, the next couple of days we'll see a variety of warmer than average and colder than average weather, and then the end of this week should be colder than average almost everywhere as that main southerly arrives. But for Wednesday, warm nor'westers still blowing over a number of regions. Eastern areas warmer than usual, but down around Southland and Otago, that's where the southerly begins. So temperatures over the next couple of days, this is the departure from normal. So on Wednesday, this is the Wednesday map on this side, Thursday behind me. Wednesday, warmer than average in eastern areas, especially in the South Island. But look, the colder change arrives into the deep south, and then as we head to Thursday, much colder along those eastern areas. Single digit temperatures for some areas. It might lift up into double digits a little more beyond what you see just there. And in the North Island, average for the most part, although if you've got your magnifying glass out, you might notice Mahia Peninsula is apparently warmer than average. I don't really know if it'll exactly work out like that. But anyway, this is the snow accumulation for the next few days, mostly in the mountains, but it does lower down to maybe 200 meters for a time. But as you can see, it's not likely really to settle down below that. We're looking at snowfall totals up to about 50 centimeters through the middle portion of the Southern Alps over the next few days. Right, Thursday, this is what it looks like. Low pressure system out to the west. It basically breaks apart the nor'westers that have been blowing over the North Island. They are still sort of there, but not quite as strong. That's the reason why the temperatures aren't so much above normal on Thursday. And in the South Island, the southerly doesn't really spread northwards in a dramatic way, but the temperatures do drop underneath that cloud and the rain, patchy rain that spreads over even into Canterbury. But by Friday, that's the cold day. Look at this low pressure system. It's all being stretched out as it crosses over the North Island. It will bring areas of rain. Some might just be getting a bit of drizzle, but there could be some decent soaking downpours, which will be very welcome by a lot of farmers and gardeners across the North Island and also Canterbury as well. But look, the major big southerly does arrive on Friday. Very cold day for many places. Newborn stock, they'll have a bit of trouble with this for the next sort of couple of days as the system moves through. And it moves into the North Island as well. So by the end of Friday, everyone's got the colder weather. And by Saturday, the North Island very much into the coldest part of the week. So it'll be the coldest day on Saturday. Showers look like they might linger in the north here, or patchy rain for a time. The sun should come out around Taranaki, and the South Island doesn't look too bad. High pressure out to the west is growing, and it's that high, that ginormous high on Sunday, that starts to spread in. We've still got the southerlies. They'll be southwest for some, southerly for others, and southeast for some further north. So in other words, southerly quarter winds. They'll be blowing through with the high slowly trying to move in, but that is a really big high, and that will dominate our weather for all of next week as well. Let's head overseas. Hurricane Michael heading towards America, heading towards Florida. Landfall expected around Panama City Beach around about Thursday night or Friday morning New Zealand time, and then it rushes across the rest of the state. So places like the Carolinas, which were recently hit by Florence, the good news is this one is moving much, much faster. It's also not quite as intense, but when it makes landfall, it might be very similar to what Florence was like. Category 3 is the current forecast. You can see it's got an eye now in the center of it. It's quite a big storm, and it's all out at sea, away from land at the moment. That's the reason why it's growing. It's out over the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. And the spaghetti models, all the different computer models we use, because we don't just use one, they are all showing a variety of paths that you can see, but they're all pretty much in the same area. So it's pretty confident that the Florida Panhandle will be seeing landfall for Michael in the next couple of days. And this is the latest rain radar. Be cool if we get this in New Zealand at some point. But you can see it live coming in now. So it is getting closer, but it's still another day or two away from making landfall. And by the way, thank you to CNN, affiliates over in America. You can go to CNN.com and you can see all of these maps in their live storm tracker. That is all from me. We'll see you again on Thursday.